everyone, it's Alan here from Flavors of New York. I'm in Morris Park today, about to try some backyard barbecue from a very special barbecue business. Come with me.
My name is Mirza Shabir, owner of H.BBQ, Backyard Halal Barbecue, trying to do a Texas style in New York. So right now we're in my backyard in Bronx, New York, right off of Morris Park, and hopefully the person on the other side of the camera enjoys the food. So I'm actually going to be showing you my entire menu. So I have brisket, beef ribs, lamb chops, pulled lamb shoulder, tandoori chicken legs, and then my sides, mac and cheese, Dominican rice and beans, coleslaw, and potato salad. The overall goal is to have your own place, have your own restaurant, somewhere that you feel like people can come, enjoy, and you can put smiles on people's faces one tray at a time. Mixed cultures, Pakistani and Dominican, both are very family-based, family-oriented, and unity comes on a plate. So I feel like that just always rang true for me. So I think that's just kind of where the soul cries, So usually I just do catering orders where somebody would message me on any of the platforms that I have listed, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. They just message me their catering order. I have the menu up, and I require 3 days advance notice. And then from there, it's just a conversation between the customer and myself. Later in the summer, I'm going to try to do pop-ups to where I can actually do individual platters, because not everybody just wants to drop $200 on one brisket. So that's the next phase in the plan right now.
What's the right way to do it? Clean the grill after you cook or clean the grill before you cook?
Both.
Both?
Definitely want to give it a brush. You want to give it a brush down right before.
Do you spray it with oil or do that kind of stuff?
Not usually, only because the things that I cook on it typically have marinade on them. They have yogurt, olive oil, etc. So it kind of just does it itself. What I just do is right before I want to use it, the day before, I just kind of clean the grates off, spray them down with some degreaser, and then right before I use them, like you just saw me, give another spray down, light it up, let anything if it's in there, burn it out, and just give it some time to come to temp, and then I'll start playing with it to make sure that it's doing what I want. So I'm actually gonna put on some chicken legs on first. It's tandoori chicken legs, a really traditional item in South Asia. So if you go to India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, you'll find this at any restaurant. Every state, every neighborhood, every household has their own recipe for this stuff, right? So if you go to one person's house, then you go to your other person's house, it's gonna be two different experiences, but you'll always enjoy it. I have my wife's blend of garam masala that she likes to do at home, and Kashmiri chili, with my own recipe of yogurt and all the other traditional spices. They've already actually been cold smoked last night for a few hours. I wanted to give it that smoky flavor just to distinguish it from the traditional style, to give it a more just to give it a bit more of a barbecue twist, because I feel like, this is just kind of how I feel about barbecue in general. I feel like it's a very American style art of cooking, and America is very representative of just bringing all cultures around the world together. So melding something from my heritage with the place I was born, I feel like is a better representation of me. So this has been marinating for about 24 hours. Usually overnight's good, but I like to overachieve sometimes. So I'm just gonna trim up and season up some beef ribs and just stick them in the smoker. There's a whole bunch of silver skin on this side that needs to get trimmed out. Actually, trash. This is more of a collection, because any fat, any meat trimmings that come off, That gets recycled into tallow, into beef tallow. If I have enough meat chunks, it'll go into a burnt end mac and cheese. Nothing goes to waste. Try to stick a bit more halal, be a bit more adherent to the religion. So, comes with the diet. Never tried pork in my life, never will, thankfully. But honestly, I just always kind of had a fascination for just fire in general as a kid. I promise I never burned anything down. Always just enjoyed like the concept of like, really visceral caveman, just meat on fire kind of thing. So I just did steaks early on, sucked, and then just got a little bit better over time. Then got married with my wife. And for my birthday, they actually gifted me my very first smoker right there. And she's enjoyed a bunch of briskets on that. So she essentially molded me into the barbecue guy she wanted. And honestly, I can thank her for all of that because I would never spend this type of money. So this is actually the newest unit that I've purchased recently, Grill and Mammoth. I bought it specifically because my online pages started to get a little bit of traction. So I need to actually keep up with the volume. So this lets me keep up a bit, but it's starting to grow a little bit faster than I thought it would. So what I'm gonna actually end up doing is getting an offset smoker, traditional Texas offset smoker, and setting it up roughly about where that grill is, to really be able to keep up with capacity. And then end goal is getting your own restaurant. This is a Lowry seasoned salt. It's something that's really popular in Texas style barbecue. It's kind of like the secret of what makes things taste better than they should, versus just using regular salt. I just like it better. I feel like it just gives it a better taste, better complexity of flavor, and it's just salt at the end of the day with a few extra good stuff in it. So if it's well seasoned, you'll get a whole bunch of everything else in there. Freshly ground home black pepper. Home ground black pepper, I should say. I think it's better than the store-bought stuff. That I don't know, just it loses that punch. It's black pepper. It should give a bit of a kick. It should give a bit of heat when you eat it. You should be able to feel it. And then it's gonna put this in the smoker. So they're all seasoned up. I'm just gonna put the beef ribs in the smoker. Let me just find a place for them. Right there should be good. And plug you back in. Alright, and we're not going to see those for about another 6 hours, I want to say. Might we just talk about why I do lamb shoulder specifically? Sure. So, lamb is not really a popular thing in the U.S. unless it's just lamb chops. South Asia, everybody loves this stuff, right? Go abroad, this is everywhere. But Americans don't really know too much about lamb. People are scared of like the gaminess. They're scared of like flavor. But honestly, if it's cut right, butchered right, cleaned right, the way I did it earlier, you're not gonna get any of that. That flavor's from oxidation. So no oxidized lamb, no off taste, and if it's seasoned properly, it can be better than anything. Plus, Texas barbecued, they have a whole bunch of pork sausage, pork, pulled pork. Can't do pork, so I'm doing lamb. So I'm not a professional butcher or anything. This all started as a hobby, so I'm still learning, still practicing. So please don't make fun of my butchering ability. All right, now I'm just ready to score this up. surface area to work with, gets that seasoning penetrated deeper, gets a bit more flavor all around. I just salt everything individually, mainly because I don't want salt to get lost or diluted in marinades, because sometimes you may oversalt, sometimes you may undersalt. So I just do it by itself just to make sure that I got as much as I like. Do it for all my meats, briskets, ribs, etc. Alright, that's a good amount of salt. South Asian flavor profile with this. And this gets very liberal coats. I mean, it's a very, very generous coat. A little bit of cumin, a little bit of coriander, a little bit of garam masala, ginger, garlic, turmeric. Yeah, it's about a couple of other things that I like to keep to myself sometimes.
Getting the color from the turmeric.
Yep, absolutely. It's gonna taste better later. Alright, liberally seasoned. Cannot get enough of this stuff. If there's no salt in it, go crazy. If there is salt, that's why you do it separately. Now, I'm gonna put in the lamb shoulder, put that right next to where that beef was. Let's just get it here. Alright, yep, looking good.
This is dynamite. The South Asian flavors are so satisfying, familiar, but combined with the barbecue, the charred barbecue, they're a really awesome experience.
I don't know, I just enjoy it. So I feel like if I'm having fun, there's no real point in asking for more. You already paid for the food, so I already made my money. At that point, I'm just enjoying myself. You know, if it's an event or like a private chef kind of event, most people are, you know, they're nice, so it's like you're not kind of isolated. People will talk to you. People, you know, they'll give you drinks, they'll give you food. You know, so it's kind of like I'm invited to a party with, you know, new friends.
You ever bring your wife to
work? Yeah, actually, my wife is the reason I even started this. She kind of just took my phone and made the Instagram page and added all her friends, added all my friends. I didn't really think anything about it, and then about 2 weeks later, I had an order, and then it's just been there ever since. Growing up, we didn't really have much money, so, but, you know, again, fascination with fire. Around my 20s or so, I kind of just saw this laying around, and I was like, I just want it. So, brought it home, fixed it up, made some legs for it, and yeah, we've been having barbecues since. So these are just the lamb chops that I've just been doing for years. It's kind of one of the first things that I actually ever came up with. Again, it's just a whole bunch of South Asian spices. The yellow hue you can see is from the turmeric, but there's a whole bunch more stuff that's under there. The reason I actually keep doing these lamb chops is because my wife will leave me if I don't. She's somebody who, again, Pakistani woman, never liked lamb in her life. First time she tried my lamb chops, changed her life apparently. and now her family loves it, her friends love it. She has two friends that live in Delaware. Every single time we try to meet up, they always tell me to bring these. So people like them, why not?
Yeah, so does lamb cook a lot quicker than chicken?
Yes, but also these are really small pieces and have a very intense fire to make sure that I get some char through that olive oil marinade. Typically people do yogurt on lamb marinades in South Asia, but I don't know, I like olive oil a little bit better with it. I feel like it just pairs better. Well, this is a beautiful brisket that has been smoking for roughly 12 hours. So you can open this up. It's like Christmas every single time I do this. Get a few slices from the point. Get some of these burnt ends. Alright, here are beef ribs. Here is our lamb that we're gonna pull right in front of you. That is a beautiful shred right there. Get some lamb chops. The potato salad is actually my mom's recipe that I hijacked, and she can sue me, I don't care. So it's the best potato salad I've ever had, so I just try to mimic it. So standard, I use Yukon Gold potatoes. I feel like it's just a better texture. Eggs, carrot and peas, apple cider vinegar I feel like is the secret, and a hit of yellow mustard. People underestimate how far yellow mustard can go, and just the basic seasonings. But honestly, I feel like that yellow mustard and apple cider vinegar really takes it over the top. Same goes with the coleslaw. Apple cider vinegar, yellow mustard just really enhances the freshness and the crispness of all the slaw. And there you have it. H.BBQ platter right there. Platter can feed more than, party of 6, party 8. You could say it's maybe about 150, 200-ish, depending on items that you get, how much of each thing you want to get. Just kind of just depends exactly how you go, but I could say around the 150, 200 range.
This is barbecue sauce. We're gonna try Merz's own barbecue sauce. Put a little on my plate. This is a burn end. This is part of the brisket. I'm gonna put a little barbecue sauce on it. Not that it needs barbecue sauce. It's sweet. Tangy, delicious. A winner! Now I've been warned that the hot sauce is very hot, but I'm gonna try it anyway. It's hot but I can take it. It's good. Similar to what you might find in a Mexican restaurant when they got, you know, the skull and crossbones hot sauces there on the table for you. But very good. You know, after you eat hot sauce, you need to cool it off with coleslaw. And try the potato salad. You can taste the yellow mustard. I like yellow mustard in my potato salad. I'm a hot dog purist. The only thing I put on a hot dog is yellow mustard. This is the lamb chop. You taste the ginger, the turmeric, cumin, garlic. Very good.
Coriander in there.
Coriander. I have no idea what coriander tastes like, but I know it tastes good. And with chicken. You know what, H.BBQ? It's a family affair. We're in Merz's childhood backyard. His mom's here. His wife's here. His wife was the inspiration for starting this business. He really does it for love. I don't think he's doing it for money. I think you got to try it if you're having an event, a pop-up. You know, he'll bring hamburgers, cheeseburgers. He'll come to your house and barbecue. He'll do anything. He'll do everything. And he does it really well. The food is delicious. For Flavors of New York, from Morris Park, this is Alan. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.